This is a look in the lay of the land, the Talladega turn. So we brought a little America in here, but you called it, what was it again?
So that's Cheston's Drift. So we'll have Talladega turns at all of our tracks, hopefully, aren't we? Because we love a banked corner, and you saw how brilliant the action was last year on those. But yeah, it's Cheston's Drift, turn 1. Joker Lap used to be there. The Joker Lap has now moved down. That's that blue stripy section to the last corner. So we can expect to see some exciting merges, I hope, at the end of the races. And certainly the lap times this morning suggest it's going to be very close.
And the Joker Lap, yeah, so the times, it actually adds because there is a bit of a chicane there. So it does have tarmac compared to kind of a little bit of loose gravel over there. Do you know how much it's slowing down? Send it! That's right, the debut of our NRX Light. And we are seeing the debut of NRX Next vehicles. 4 laps, and here we go.
Howman on the inside line, around the outside. McGuinness tries to go send. He's going to take the long line, can't quite get there. Olofsson slots up, going to try and move alongside him. McGuinness going to try and shut the door. Contact between them. Up over the jump now. Olofsson's been pushed on the side, and he rolls.
My goodness.
That's a huge roll for Olofsson. That is an absolute disaster for him. A little bit of contact on the run-in. I suspect that will be stopped, but that's not what we wanted to see right at the start of the day. And that's not what that team needed either.
No, that was a big roll there by Olofsson. I want to make sure he is okay. We saw contact. You saw McGuinness and Olofsson get into it right prior to the jump. And once you hit that dirt, it's going to throw you there. I mean, they're fully caged, and he's out of the car. So that is a great, great thing to see. Frustration already setting in, man. So let's take a look at it again here. Watch McGuinness dive in, comes in on Olofsson, slaps him, he punches them off course, and they went toe-to-toe.
He hits Olofsson, sorry, McGuinness. Oh, look at that, Jared.
Yeah. I'm glad he's okay. I mean, that's priority, and that's...
It's the impact that's at the top left of the bonnet, as we call it, the hood, yeah. So watch here. So McGuinness hits the berm on the inside, clashes with Olofsson, then Olofsson, because he drops off the side of the road, digs a wheel in and goes over. So, yeah, that's a big shunt, and it's going to be a big ask for those guys. It's a double header, remember. So they have a race today and a race tomorrow. There's a chance they can get it fixed, but there is a lot of work to do on that car, if it's fixable at all.
4 laps is coming out on top. The sign says send it, and they will do that as well. A good launch there with our front line, number 19, Michaela. Again, she did really well last year. How's she going to do it next? What are your expectations?
Yeah, so Arlen Kopminski was in last year. She came side by side in Florida. She's actually having to look up the inside here. McGuinness sort of comes back down the bank in and then runs himself off the side of the road this time. So McGuinness has run wide. Just about gets back on as they come up the jump. Michaela Arlen Kotlinski passes him, and then he goes super deep on the brakes, and she goes into the kink, and he gets back past. That's you're looking at Tommy Howman, who's had none of that in the background.
Clean air,
He's just out leading.
Yeah, look at we talked about the nose of McGuinness. That thing, I wonder if McGuinness is having a struggle. It seems like he is really bouncing around the track quite a bit.
Certainly, it's been an enthusiastic start for him, hasn't it? Tommy Howman's pushing his luck there with track limits, so they have to keep 2 wheels on the tar or the pavement or the gravel. Like, you can't go 4 wheels off, and McGuinness did, but he didn't gain an advantage from it, and that's what's key, really, is, yeah, these cars are pretty capable of driving over anything here at Lydden Hill, including all the grass.
Yeah, and you know what's really key about this, as well as even Group E, because, you know, we have supercars, which are variety manufacturers. This is spec, so it really comes down to the talent of the drivers. Yeah, because of that chicane, is just the plastic barriers. It's imagine if that was concrete. Would have wadded the car.
The penalty would have been bigger.
Yes. All right, so final lap here. The white flag is out. Checkered flag is coming up next. Michaela bringing up the rear. But Hallman, look at that. I mean, that thing barely, you know, you just need to kind of wipe the windscreen. That didn't see any damage at all.
It's a great job by Howman.
Yeah.
You know, he's turning up here. I say he won Rally X last year in lights, which was his first year in lights. He's kind of well connected with Set Promotion, UC Pinamaki and the Finns who run Gronholm, and they're just keeping an eye on him. You know, he's a good young hope. Takes the win, first win of the year, going to Howman.
It's a great way to start.
Tidy run by him, and no work on their car. Unfortunately, a bit more for other people to do. Format-wise, what are we going to do here as Hallman comes out on top? Who's advancing on? Where are we going? So for this, because we've got 8 cars here, they're actually so this one will put them on the grid for the next one. They'll race again in the semi-finals, and then from the semi-final we'll put some drivers through, and then of course we have the LCQ as well. So all of the next cars will make it through because we have 8 car finals. Remember here. I can see Ronald's Bowdens from this rear shot down at the bottom of the the grid there. Without the paper grids,
yeah, looks like we shuffled them up a little bit.
Yeah, we've still got the grids from Heat 1. Kalagofferson in the 44. But it's a great start by Bowdens. Bowdens going to move across and try and shut the door on the inside. Coming around the outside line was Sebastian Enholm. His sister is also racing, Frida Enholm. Thomas Merstad in P2 with a 110. I did go and say to the guys, I was like, really? 3 Crosscars that are identical in red? Like, really?
But really confusing you, but regardless, Baldwin is out front and really dominant. So let's see when they take that Joker lap. 4 laps, and again, no French fry, you know, rudely coming in here. I mean, so very kind, but no French fries here.
It was nice. I'm just kind of now left really hungry though, and with no time left to eat. So Bowden's coming down the hill in the lead. You'll be familiar with Bowden's if you're a Nitro viewer, because last year he did 2 or 3 rounds in the Honda. I think he joined us in Minnesota. First one, no, that was Andrew Carlson. He came in after that and he did the final 3 rounds. He was involved in an incident with Liam Doran in turn 1 in Phoenix. But right. Ronalds was absolutely loving it. He really wanted to get a supercar again this year. But it's been a tricky one, so he found himself in Crosscar here in Europe. I think we'll see Ronalds later on in the year. He just loves racing in America. Sebastian Enholm trying to come around the outside here. See, my favourite thing about these cars, Jared, is how much you see the suspension movement. So normally, you know, when we're looking at a Group E car, you don't see the movement. He's coming under serious pressure now from Meeke Merstad. Meeke Merstad goes out wide. Watch him coming tight on the exit here. Merstad trying to line up a better exit up the hill. Going to get alongside Bowdens. He can't quite. Bowdens has enough of a lead now. He might look to the inside line on the brakes.
Oh, contact.
Oh,
wow, look at that. Meeke Merstad gets the pass. Oh, I wonder if there's going to be some words exchanged here. And look at that. All right, look at coming, sliding in. Enholm now in 3rd.
Meeke Merstad backs it in big time into Paddock Bend. Enholm is all over the back of Bowdens, but not going to get there. Meeke Merstad takes it with an ambitious pass at the top of the hill. Locked wheels and a bit of contact. What's Bowdens going to do here? Bowdens is looking not too happy about it. He goes alongside him.
Yeah, look at
he's pushed him up the banking. Bowdens has pushed him up the banking, Jared.
Wow, that was a fire across the nose if I've ever seen one. All right, here we go. Let's see what kind of start we got here from Fraser McConnell. And send it. There we go.
So yeah, great start. Like super traction, Jared. It won't be a done deal immediately, but that's what he needed. He didn't need to be behind Tristan and have to do it with strategy. Bit dusty up in turn 1. I'm sure they get some water added to that.
See how the vehicles handle the jump. They're not really airing it out. Nice, keeping it tidy.
It's interesting, isn't it? Fraser came up well short there, and Ovington's been pulled right in deep into Devil's Elbow, the corner at the bottom of the hill. So actually, yeah, a little bit of mistake on the brakes, gone a bit too long. I wonder if McConnell's come up short. You're having broken the car the other day. Is he just feeling his way back into it? Because we know that actually if you hit that jump flat, so Patrick O'Donovan hit the jump flat out, landed to flat on his first lap. So Patrick, you know, you're only 18. You can take your time. You know, you can. There are plenty of years to learn the jump. You didn't have to hit it flat out first time, but he was having a great time. In terms of track conditions, definitely an advantage. So he'll have been out, you know, where the other guys haven't been out so much, but he's been out twice as much as they have in theory today. Earlier on, he actually came down the hill in the supercar, parked it in the pre-grid, got out of it and straight into the FC1X, so it's going to be hard work.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're going to see the same from some other drivers later this season as well.
Yep.
Quicker reaction time from Baby on the inside line, gets away. Bennett's going to have to try and go around the outside, squeezes into him. Oh, Bennett actually gets pretty fierce in there. Baby will try and lift.
Oh, coming down.
Gets spun to the inside. Ouch.
So what's interesting here is not only are we seeing the cars for the first time, that's the first time we're seeing contact for them at all.
I was going to say, that's Jared, that's a great point. They've done plenty of testing, but no one wanted to do that in testing.
No, and that was kind of my thing is, you know, all right, cool, they look great, you know, the technology here, the advancement, 1,000 horsepower, all-wheel drive, but when push comes to shove, literally, how are they going to handle it?
Well, talking of push, Bennett had a big understeer up at the top of the lead. He's done exactly what I thought he'd do, is go Joker immediately. So it'll be David Mansfield in his ear, and he'll have noted that this is a great opportunity to stay out in front of OC Baby.
All right, so this is where it went south. Literally, you see Bennett just come down and slam into OC. OC stays on it, and I think that was a wise move. You see him just circle around.
OC was using a handbrake inside as well there, Jared. So these cars still have hydraulic handbrakes which disengage the rear end. So we've got the stewards are looking into this one. So Bennett, look, Bennett goes high, so then he gets on the gas here. Look, he's got it absolutely lit trying to come back down. Does it hook up suddenly?
OC was coming in hot too, though. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
I kind of think OC drove into the side of
so.
Yeah, he's had a tough run here. Gets a good start. Larson does too, though. Larson jinks out to give himself a bit of space into turn 1. He gets that space, and Gronholm, I think, will try and duck in behind him rather than go around the outside. Yeah,
well done by Larson. You can see it again, throwing those elbows right there, and Gronholm comes and brings up the rear. I mean, listen. All you hear is just the gravel being thrown. It's such a juxtaposition to what we've known of Rallycross prior to 2022.
It is different. It's going to take some getting used to. You know, I love the noise. I will miss the noise too. We all know that as we see Gronholm go around the outside. But we are talking about 1,000 horsepower. These cars are super capable. I can't wait to see them at, you know, the kind of Pro 4 truck style tracks we see in America. That's when you're going to see the huge double jumps. Gronholm goes Joker immediately. So Niklas Gronholm feels he's got the edge on pace here over Robin Larson. Larson pops out over the chicane. And what is the gap as they come over the start-finish line? It was 2.3 seconds the last time we saw the gap. So 2.3 between Larson and Gronholm. The key thing here is they have got way more power than grip. That's the idea, is to make them hard to drive, make the drivers have so much grunt that they have to decide how much to deploy of it. Larson takes this 1.5 a second. You can't just light it up.
No. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's strapped back together.
No way.
He is back. That is right. That car ended up on its roof on their very first race, and it is back out there on the starting grid.
Jared, look at the amount of tape there is around there. That is an absolutely epic job. Brilliant job for them to get that back out here. So the Get RX squad have managed to repair Simon Olofsson's car. What can he do from the back row there? He's alongside Lane Michaela, but front row. No, he's been left on the grid. Go on, Simon, get it done. He's got to get away. He may just be looking for a finish. Look at the state at the back of it as well. It's just gone past our commentary position as you are seeing Casper Janssen getting inside George McGuinness. Lane Michaela looking for a way to get through as well. McGuinness slots into P2 this time.
McGuinness has been really aggressive today, and we'll see if he can challenge Janssen there sitting out front, but Michaela sits in third. So Janssen out front, McGuinness now coming up the hill. Let's see what kind of line they take.
So McGuinness took a hell of a lot of grass on the exit of the jump. The kink right, the big bollard, if for want of a better thing, the big block has moved, and he was like 4 wheels on the grass. That's fine, because the track limits are probably where the block is, but Janssen with a slightly wider line into paddock bend. As you see, Lane Michaela goes into the Joker lap. McGuinness does impede. He's got impressive speed, Jared. He really has. Like in case, so he came to Hollis a few weeks ago, a classic Swedish track.
Oh, look at this. Look, sorry, real quick. Janssen swinging up wide, and McGuinness, jumps in, and look at that. Almost gets into it. Wow. So McGuinness, and that's where Olofsson got into it with McGuinness as well. But that was a racing incident. You saw him kind of go back and forth. I don't think that was malicious.
No, and to be fair, Janssen had gone a bit deep, you know, so he was there. He's all over the back of him. This is what I was going to say about Sweden. His ability to learn a track quickly, Jared, is really impressive. He was, so Ollie Eriksson and Kevin Eriksson raced lights up in the Rally X event, went back to where they learned their trade. And McGuinness was almost on pace with him after a few runs, so really impressive.
After him and Janssen getting into it, and there's the checkered flag. McGuinness gets the win, Janssen, and Michaela third. Olofsson had to retire early. Congratulations to McGuinness. Some good racing there, right? And just, you know, we're all elated to see Olofsson back. They got the race tape, got the race, you know, bungee cords, got the straps, got the bubble gum, got all the race tape out there. Unfortunately, not enough tape to get that car off the line.
Gap was 1.7. Where's Backward going? He's going Joker straight away. So McConnell, the gap's gone up to 1.9. So Backward's done a great job.
It's going to be close.
Should come out in front though. And he does. So McConnell's now going to apply some pressure to it. How close? So that was it. That was 1.9, Jared. He's only a tenth behind, so that's 1.8. Previously we thought 1.4. So 1.6 is about the ballpark, isn't it? It seems.
Split the difference.
It's close. Yeah. It's going to be very close to it. When you got a car coming out of the pack and slotting back in, it's going to be super close.
What does McConnell need to do here to get Backerud, you know, coming up the hill? Does he late brake on top of the hill and try to cut in?
If he could use some nitro boost up here and try and get an advantage, but Backerud's gone middle of the road looking to try and cover him off. McConnell will now duck to the inside and try and outbrake him at the bottom of the hill, but
not enough.
Yeah, and Backerud's middle of the road again, so he's just going super defensive. He's only got to hold Fraser off for a couple of corners. McConnell trying to go around the outside. It's paddock bend. Fires the gravel up in the air over the grass, but it's Backerud who wins. But despite McConnell's efforts in the last corner. You can't pass there, but he had to go anyway.
That was good. You saw a big sendy there by Fraser McConnell. No style points there, but you saw him taking that wide line, overcooks it, gets into the grass. But that's what you got to do. I mean, you're going against Bakkerud, who's definitely a fierce competitor.
I've never seen anyone try and pass around the outside there, Jared. Pastrana looks down at the dash. You can see he's loading the car heavily. Checks down again. He's looking at the exact throttle percentage, which is displayed on that to try and get away. Releases the handbrake, doesn't flick, looks down, takes another gear. And it's Meeke, though, gets the whole shot. Travis Pastrana going to slot in behind him. They track looking pretty slippery. Pastrana with a bit of understeer in turn one. Looks to the inside line of Chris Meeke. But at the minute, it's Chris Meeke with the whole shot.
So we saw Travis Pastrana take a tighter line than he normally does. And look at those rocks. I mean, you see him, it looks like asteroids coming out here for in Star Wars, as Pastrana now looks like he's kind of pedaling through, he's learning some race line as well. Again, Meeke, not a lot of seat time, nor Travis as well. He says, hey, his third lap was his fastest lap. So.
I was super impressed with Travis this morning, Jared. You know, he literally didn't drive the car until he arrived here on Thursday. He did do the test day. So Gronholm, the guy with the least mileage, I think probably followed by Travis. Meeke using all the track. Travis has gone Joker straight away. And the gap as they cross the start-finish line is 2.3 seconds. So that's what we're looking at.
The strategy here for Pastrana, you can see, again, taking that tighter line. Meeke, he is absolutely going for it. He is just using all of the course. Look at just the car, just barely flirting with that. I mean, a lot of landscaping there on that corner.
Look, there's a lot of dirt in the road. Chris Meeke, you know, he's known for this ultra send, but you've got to remember that in recent years he's been working as a test driver for Skoda Motorsport and a lot of other people, and that requires you nailing a very similar drive time after time after time to compare things like settings. So Meeke is ready to do the battle here, drops into the Joker lap now. Chris Meeke going to come through. Pastrana's on the inside line. I think Meeke's got enough time. He moves across him to try and squeeze Travis. Whoa. And he's in the lead, so 0.6 per second, Jared, but he's got to hold on for a whole lap.
Yeah, we will see. We'll see. Look at Travis already getting to the back because Meeke saw him throw some angle at it. Oh, and Pastrana rotates. Oh, man, TP, you saw kind of go back, kind of flick it out. Maybe that's why he was keeping that straight line. Wasn't really full send into that Talladega turn. Look how much bank is on that turn as we kind of sit and pause to see Travis go the proper direction. So Meeke, it's all him. He will be advancing on. Great job by the Excite My Energy driver.
So Chris Meeke comes down the hill here. Remember, this is his home event. He's only competed once before in the World Rallycross Championship back in France. Actually, might have been European. It's a long time ago, whenever it was. And he's now going into the final battle. So Chris Meeke at home at Lydden Hill is going to go into the final battle against either Andreas Bakkerud or Robin Larsson. Travis Pastrana be disappointed, little half spin up in Chestnut's Drift, just rotated the car slightly too much. Although Jared, no, I think his steering's gone, Jared, because of the way his hand positioning is on the wheel there. Yeah, I think Travis has got a problem with the steering because you can just see he's moving the hands in a way you wouldn't expect it to. Watch this. I don't think we can. Look.
Just even the 12 o'clock stripe, you could see it's not even straight up.
So Travis has got a problem with his steering, so it's not a half spin for Travis. It's a problem there, and he ends up coming in a fair way behind Chris Meeke. It's a shame. Good battle until then. It was close between them in terms of pace. You can go around the outside in turn one, but it's pretty tough. It's easier to be on the pole and hold that inside line. Is it going to be Bakkerud or Larsson who gets it done off the line? Very even start. Larsson maybe a little bit quicker, but Bakkerud's got the road on the inside. Larsson shuts the door on his teammate. Bakkerud's letting him know he's there, though. They might be teammates, but he hasn't given up any ground there at all.
Well, this is what we saw earlier, you know, between Martel and Pastrana. And like I said, look at how large those rocks are. Larsson really aired out a little bit further than Bakkerud, but Bakkerud, again, you know, with the VSC vehicles, we saw them between Martel and Pastrana. You know, stay off each other, don't do anything crazy, don't take each other out, because that would really be detrimental to the team.
Certainly would, and they're not going to do anything stupid here. On board, look at the data on the dash here. It's absolutely crazy. You can see the lap time in the middle of the dash there tells Bakkerud what he's on now. Larsson goes Joker, so he's tried to dummy Bakkerud into following him in, and Bakkerud hasn't gone. So I think Andreas will wait, Jared, because he may have lost time on the brakes coming down the hill there. So Joker for the lead, good move by Larsson. He'll have hoped that Bakkerud had committed to it and might have gone in with him, but he hasn't.
All right, so continuing on. Let's see if Bakkerud can keep it. Look at 1.3 seconds. It's going to be close. This is one of the closest right here where Larsson could get him on this Joker lap. Bakkerud can't make any mistakes because Larsson will reap the rewards
1.2 is not enough, and Larson was quick this morning. When I last checked the timing, Larson was quickest from Chris Meeke.
Yep.
So if it ends up being them, I must admit I didn't see the very end of that session. We were doing TV stuff. But Larson, he's lost 0.1 to backward. That's not enough. Andreas is going to need to take some risks maybe here, or get the absolute perfect lap if he wants to keep enough of a gap. He's a massive fan favourite, as we know, but Larson is as well.
Yeah, two very different racing lines there, and the attitudes of the vehicle. Larson threw it out through that back end, sliding it sideways. Backroot kept it straight through that Talladega turn. Now let's see how they handle it coming in. Just a few more turns, and who's coming out on top? Who's going against Meeke in the final?
On board with Andreas backwards. He bangs it down a couple of gears up into the hairpin. Watch now for the paddle on the right-hand side of the wheel. Doesn't need it this time, coming down the hill, going to go Joker. So he goes in deep on the brakes. The gap was 1.4. Larson on the inside line, backward round the outside now. Going to be close between them. Larson's going to hold on though. Robin Larson beats his teammate by the tiniest of margins, 0.3 of a second. And it'll be Larson versus Meeke in the final.
So that was basically 1.69. So 1.69. So he got him just by, one full second, because it was at 1.39, went to +3. So that was some great racing between two teammates. And again, very similar kind of racing lines as well between Larson and Backroot, similar to that of VSC. And that's what I really like about it. Spec class. They're all running the same chassis, same power, all awesome. But Robin Larson's going to the finals against Chris Meeke. You gotta love it. Again, just the absolute excitement. Thank you so much for joining us out here. I know I'm excited. Let's spell it out. Nitro, and we're ready to send it. There we go. Larson gets the jump. Meeke was dead on the line. What happened?
Disaster for Chris Meeke. They're technical off the line. That is a massive anticlimax for us, I'm afraid, because Larson's just flown off the line. Chris Meeke's got some sort of a technical. The little FC1 logo's flashing on the back of the car. So whether it's a mistake in terms of settings or a fault on the car, but that's gone the way of Larson, and that was not the way I wanted day one to end, Jared, but there you go. New beginnings, stuff happens.
Yeah, absolutely, and just the technology that has been tested here and proven, and I think, the FC1X is an absolute exciting vehicle. The racing, just the sensory overload, everything that's going on here overall, and Robin Larson continues on pace. His spotter's in his head saying, hey, you're gonna win, you got this. Unfortunately, Meeke will be crawling his way around the track, but Robin Larson will get the victory here in the first ever Group E Battle Bracket Final. So, the guys were cheering for Meeke, and they said, Meeke's gonna get it, Meeke's gonna get it. Well, guess what? Nope. You're wrong.
That wasn't quite what they had in mind, was it? So, yeah, I say, the Hansons, I knew why they'd gone for that. I mean, Robin is an incredible job. Robin is now avoiding all the bumps, all the berms, just having a merry cruise around. He's not even flying it over the jump because he knows it's absolutely job done. Chris Meeke, meanwhile, I reckon is going to peel off to the paddock. If you look in the background of the drone shot, there's Chris at the top of the hill. He might well split off to the left. No, he's going to carry on. Go on, Chris. Carry on. He's no, okay, I thought he was holding the wheel at an angle, but he's not. I don't think he's any kind of...
He's not in a rush. He's going for the Joker lap. Can he get the pass?
He might as well have a go.
Is he going to make it? He is 42 seconds back. We'll see. This is going to be a tight one. Larson, it might be getting him.
One of my favourite ones was last year, if you remember. I've got a feeling it was Larson versus... It was the day you missed when you went in Phoenix. They both had a broken car. Timmy couldn't make the jump, so had to take a 15-second penalty each time he went round. But Larson had ripped a wheel off or something, and basically it was like, will the gap be 15 seconds at the end of the race? Because both cars were broken. So Meeke's doing the right thing, carrying on, because you don't know, Larson could literally stop, and then you'd be wishing you'd carried on. So he does need to carry on until Larson takes the flag. But yeah, Larson is in full cruise mode, I'm afraid.
Carry on, my wayward son. All right, Larson taking that final lap, and the checkered flag is coming out. So unfortunate turn of events, but as we said, we'll find out. Maybe we'll get some interview, get Katie over there talking to Meeke, see what's going on. But spotter in his ear saying this is how it's going to end. Congratulations. And Larson moves on, and he wins the first ever Group E Bracket Finals here at just a famous, infamous track, Lydden Hill.
So Larson will be on the front row tomorrow. Chris Meeke will be on the front row as well in pole. So it's certainly not over for the Northern Irishman. I think we can expect to see a good performance from him. He will need a good start tomorrow morning. That, you're front row like that, and you're going to get collected tomorrow. So the Excite Energy Racing team will be looking into What went wrong there? Chris has come round to take the finish now, plus 2 laps. Great shame, not the final we wanted, but Larson gets the TQ.